Chronically Online crew. You're scrolling into Do You Know What You Meme? A podcast where we explore the how and why behind viral memes. And by that, I mean we all spend way too much time watching them, so let's see what's behind closed doors. I'm your host, Kiera Lillard, and every week I take you behind the screens of your favorite memes. Because there's always a Florida man behind every great internet story. I'm serving up the spiciest deep lore from Harambe, R.I.P., to the very last dandelion. Speaking of which, how many memes do you all have open right now? Oh, wait, you guys are wondering about me? Asking about me? Well, only like 47. But look, it's for research. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know. On today's episode of Do You Know What You Meme? We're investigating why a particular dandelion meme took over the world, uncovering the cutesy chaos behind Have You Ever Had a Dream, Kid? And for our Ancient Scrolls segment, we're going all the way back to 2016 to the dear day we lost our king gorilla, Harambe. So grab your favorite meme and get ready to understand why that one image of a woman eating dandelions has taken over your timeline. This is What Do You Meme? Because every meme has a story. Do You Know What You Meme? Episode 1. World's Most Popular Memes, A Tale of the Ordinary Being Extraordinary. What's up, Chronically Online crew? You're scrolling into Do You Know What You Meme? A podcast where we explore the how and why behind viral memes. Today we're diving into one of the most versatile memes of all time. Have you ever had a dream? You know, the one with the cute chubby kid in a red t-shirt stuttering his way through answering a single interview question? Fun fact, you can also find this meme by searching up kid with red shirt stuttering about dreams and such, which might be the most odd way to search for something that became internet gold. But here's where it gets interesting. The child in that video, Joe Cirktil, had no idea his childhood interviewing video was being used as memes until they were already quite viral. He was just out here living his best life until he was shown that he was viral. Which is so hilarious. And get this, he was stuttering through what he was trying to say, and what he was stuttering through was actually a monologue that he was trying to do from the Disney's rendition of the movie Hercules. But here's the real tea. This wasn't even an interview he went out of his way to do. It was one that his whole kindergarten class did, and even back then, his got singled out to be an extra ending to the movie. That's literally so hilarious and so 2000s to have a gag reel. Anyway, let's break down the timeline of how this meme became a thing. So recently, Joe Cirktil did a video with BuzzFeed where he took a deep dive into how he became a meme. And in that interview, he stated that the interview video was actually taken back in 1999 when he was just 5 years old. As a typical 5-year-old, he had a favorite movie at the time, and his was Hercules. A kid in his class had a father in the movie industry, so they decided to do a movie using his class. Each child got a turn, and soon it was his turn. They sat him down in a repurposed classroom that looked more like a nursery than a classroom. And the crew asked him guiding interview questions to answer. Then they asked him about dreams. That's when he remembered a particular scene from his favorite movie Hercules, where Hercules is trying to convince Pan, voiced by the great Danny DeVito, to train him. Hercules does this by trying to persuade Pan about a dream, stating, "Have you ever had a dream? I've had a dream that I wanted so much that I could do anything," which led to him convincing and being trained by Pan. So little Joe took this and ran with it, and his sounded a little more like this.
Have you ever had a dream that you had you could you do you want you could do so you do you could you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
And he thinks that he killed it. He even looks so smug at the camera, like, yeah, I just owned that. The production team, however, didn't laugh or anything. They just kind of stared at him like, okay. And that was it. The school did a little red carpet for the kids and their families, and while he wasn't a part of the original movie, he was an outtake. That was it, he thought. It was the end. His families had some VHSs and recordings of it, but it only really came out during Christmas visits and family visits and such. It didn't become a meme until he hit high school and found out via a friend that told him that someone circulated the clip of his childhood video with the HBO crew. It was on YouTube and gained momentum, and it had tens of thousands of views. And recently, it's hit over 76 million views, and that's just the original video. It has been spoofed and remade so many times with millions of views, each one more hilarious than the last. Now, let's talk about the meme's evolution. According to my very scientific research, aka scrolling through TikTok, this meme has been used to describe philosophy concepts, programming languages, historical events, social anxieties, and my personal favorite, other memes. It's the meme that memes about memes. It just keeps on giving. So let's move on to another movie-based meme that had the world in the chokehold. The Last Dandelion. This woman became viral for using a filter that elongated her mouth, making her look more like a notable character, Sid the Sloth, from the beloved movie Ice Age. So she did the one thing that she thought to do as she stood outside among the wild dandelions. She used the filter and slid out the hilarious words, "Oh, the last dandelion. It must be the last one of the season." Just like this.
Oh, look! A dandelion! Must be the last one of the season.
And proceeded to bite and spit out the dandelion on camera. Now, this granted her immediate popularity due to the many people who understood the take and adored all the Ice Age movies growing up. However, I think her being in her 20s and wanting to leave a good social media presence for her job, she took the original post down along with her entire page, leaving her identity a mystery. However, many other meme pages picked it up and reposted it, all with notable views, some spanning up to 54.4 million. With hope, this good-feeling meme will live on, and the woman who started it not only keeps doing the meme, but the trend comes back out of the woodwork and she gives us a thorough interview over the thought process behind her video. For our final meme of this discussion, I present to you everyone's late and favorite king, Harambe. Now, while yes, to the simple ones, Harambe was just a big gorilla who would wonder why so many people still to this day are obsessed with him, I will say to those that know of his impact via memes, get it. Harambe was a 450-pound silverback gorilla, aged to be 17 years old at the time of his death. He lived in the Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Garden for about a 2-year period of his life. Now, on May 28th in 2016, an unnamed boy climbed or slid down into the gorilla enclosure's moat. While the rest of the gorillas went into their internal enclosures, when coaxed by zookeepers to stay away from the child, Harambe did not go in, and instead moved down and into the area where the child fell. The child was then grabbed and dragged around by the gorilla. This caused onlookers and zookeepers to fear for the child's life, and after a 10-minute encounter with the child, the zookeepers finally took the shot that ended his life and got the boy out of the enclosure. So, you may be sitting there and wondering, why would anybody respect that and call that monster of a gorilla a king? Well, simply putting it, most don't believe that the child was intentionally being harmed or scared by the creature. Instead, it is said that he was actually caring for the young boy as he would one of his own. Depicted in the video, he held on to the back of the child's shirt, helped him stand up, and even looked over him to see if he had any major injuries. And when he noticed that the boy was fine, he did drag him around. However, it is believed that he was attempting to play with the child like he would his own. The dodo did an interview with behavioral experts to see the reasoning behind it all. Animal behavioral expert Giselle Kaplan told the dodo she was certain that in the wild the boy would not have been harmed. So most are upset with the zoo and its handlers at the fact that they killed what most would deem an innocent gorilla. So the aftermath? Outrage. Memes of him being a hero and dying a hero's death came out, many stating that they would have gladly let Harambe play with their children. Even some more extreme takes were those that compared the shooting to many black deaths caused by police and police with firearms, even years after. One being the death of George Floyd, who was killed by a Minneapolis white police officer who knelt on his neck for several minutes during an arrest after a store clerk suspected he used counterfeit bill in 2020. So not only did memes come about, but also merchandise and protest gear, along with several actual discussions. Many shirts at protests against police violence had the sentence, "I can't breathe," which were the last words spoken by George Floyd before he became unresponsive and died, and a picture of Harambe set above those letters. While he was just a gorilla to most, to others he was a signal of more than that. He was just another person who, quote-unquote, the white man, decided was being violent and aggressive just because of who he was and what he looked like. Whew. All right, wow. A bit heavy there at the end, but let's pick it back up because it's time for everyone's favorite segment, Kira's Hot Take. I love it too. Alright, I'll make this quick for everyone. Joe Cirktil, as a kid, has been my favorite meme of the three. While I respect Harambe, you just cannot be a less serious meme and a chubby little stuttering kid. The Dandelion meme girl, she would have been an influencer had she stayed chronically online like the rest of us. I know I would have followed her. And finally, a huge RIP to my main man in the sky, Harambe. He is missed dearly every day, and I agree with the experts. He didn't do anything wrong. If anything, the child did by falling in, and the child's family did by not keeping a closer eye. If you think differently on any of my hot takes, as always, feel free to leave a little comment, send it to my Twitter, heck, put a message in a bottle and throw it in the ocean. I'll get it for sure. And that's all the time we have today. Join us next week when we explore why Peanut Butter Baby caused such an uproar. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button like it's a button. Well, okay, that doesn't really make any sense. Anyways, this has been Do You Know What You Meme? Because every meme has a story.